show? No
We are
Twitch
live
stream.
in 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's do this. I'll start the intro.
From the content creators that bring you the lowest effort content imaginable. You know, the ones that brought you info that devs don't want you to know about. The podcast you probably don't want your girlfriend to know about. And will most likely get you banned just for talking about it. Raw, uncut, and uncensored.
We want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Maybe try some mining or something. Remember not to undock anything you can't afford to lose.
Welcome to the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Let's start this bitch.
And welcome everybody to Echoes of New Eden podcast. Another week, another show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am glad to be here with all you guys. Look at everybody in the audience. How's it going? Thanks for joining us live here on the podcast. I am Rambo, your host for today, and as well as we are blessed by his presence, Taylor, I'm always late, Rick. What's going on? And yes, he was late today.
I was late.
We didn't even get to do sound checks, but that's okay.
I'm assuming, at this point, we are a well-oiled machine. Like, we have this thing down. I don't misspell the letters behind me anymore. Like,
you learned your lesson.
as soon as I say that, something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
So, we shall see.
And as well as we have Jubileos with us today. What's going on, Juby?
And there's what went wrong.
He's
Juby,
mute.
We lost Juby.
Yeah. No,
There he is.
The mic is on. Yeah, doing good.
Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah, always good to come here and tell some stories, and I enjoyed the show. Let's make a good one.
We will. We always do.
Nice.
We only make professional content here.
Yeah, I love
yeah.
that intro. That is,
Yep.
that is like.
Everything.
You know,
from- Go ahead.
I'd almost changed it today. Almost.
You said you had a banger.
But instead, I got another surprise for you. I
Nice.
turned it into something else.
Okay. Okay.
And it's speaking of Damon, he was gonna be on the show this afternoon with us, but last minute kind of backed out, had the wife aggro, which is okay. But can you believe it? He released a video before one of our podcast episodes this time with news from the front this last week.
He did. It's amazing. It's what did Nessival do? But what's funny about that, and the shit that I gave him on that, is that it's he did that, but his news is about us.
Yeah, he
That
did
wasn't real
record
hard,
a
Damon.
segment.
That wasn't real hard.
No, honestly, every week now he can do his segment. As long as we have a show the week before, of course, he could do a segment as to what did Rambo and Taylor say this
Right.
last week. And
Right.
we say some pretty out there stuff too. You know, it is what it is. It makes this show unique, but you know, we got some pretty out there stuff. But I've seen in the comments, I seen somewhere where somebody was saying that we needed to take like a sound clip of Damon saying that he's going to be doing one video per week or something like that. Like he was going to promise. So get this. This is I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I have since then created a soundboard. Check this out. Here's a Damon soundboard.
I am back. One Eve Echoes video per week. One Eve Echoes video per week.
Here we go. And what kind of news is he going to give us? Current news. That's right.
Current. I am back.
Yes. So we too can take audio blurbs from videos. Okay,
1 Eve Echoes video per week.
we're gonna hold you to that, Damon.
Oh,
we're gonna
man.
hold you to that.
That's
but
great.
He did have a good video this last week. It was a good video. So
funny story about that. I
Go
haven't
ahead.
watched it yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
But you knew about our segment that we had. Oh yeah, it's because I commented. Now Taylor blows.
Well, it literally says in his thing, like,
What did
there's
Taylor
certain
Randall
things
say?
that people do in this game in terms of like content creation that just drive me nuts. And Juby, you're one of them. But it's okay. So when you make a video, you either do one of two things. You either make a cool graphic for it with like a one-liner at the top, like Juby does. He does that part right. Or you put so much shit into the image capture for your video that I don't even need to watch it and know what you're gonna say. Like I know all about it. I don't need to watch
video per week.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
1 Eve Echoes video per week.
The thumbnails say everything. I don't need to watch it. Like that's all it is. But anyway,
Yeah.
He broke all the news just in the thumbnail of the video. Yeah.
somebody
kind of funny.
this week, and I've got the link, and we can post it whenever we get to that part of it when we talk about the community news. But somebody did a PvP video, the way I would say is correctly. Doesn't mean that the way that other people do it, like the way Juby does it, it's fine. It's not my cup of. I watch some of yours, Juby, but I don't watch all of them because those kinds of videos sometimes don't really. I know you spend a lot of time on it. It's very intensive in its editing, but they don't really do anything for me because it doesn't capture the actual like story of what was going on. And somebody did one this week where they put the story into it, and it's way better. And I've got a link to that. We'll throw it up here when we get to it. And that just describes what I mean by it. Not really meaning to put you down, Juby. It's just a matter of my preference. That's all.
Oh, it's good. And I have been listening that people wanted me to do more commentary, explanations, and I've trying to do that in the newest videos. But of course, I myself don't know exactly what tactics we used right now. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, so with the birth of the soundboards, of course I got the Damon's ones, and then I added the MJD ones in here. You know, the ones that give Taylor PTSD.
Free fire, free fire, free
So-
fire, free fire, free fire, free fire, free fire, free fire.
As well as I actually there was some audio from Vetamune that
Drink.
was shared. Is it Vetamune?
Vetamune.
Yeah. Vetamune. And he's got a bunch of stuff. I clipped it all up, and
Blocking our fleet from coming in.
quite a bit is
Oh,
pretty
shit,
funny.
okay. Please put your bubble up. Oh shit. Okay, come on.
Wait, hold on,
Oh,
hold
our
on.
Dictor bubble. Come on.
That's Vetamune?
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever actually
Warp to vet.
heard.
Warp to vet. Warp to vet. Warp to vet. Now.
Huh.
So in this was a home defense audio clip that was pulled, and what's kind of funny about this is it escalated. So he was like super calm,
Okay, put just the big bubble up. Just the big bubble up.
and then toward the end he just gets louder and louder.
Put our own Dictor bubble down at the LQ gate.
He was screaming. It was great. So, but you know,
That
like I
needs
said, I had a
background
banger
noise.
for you.
That needs some background noise to it. So like when you play that, there needs to be something in the background, like a library. It's like sounds from a street corner.
Well, this is where that surprise I have for you comes in, and yes, I have a surprise for the audience as well. I told Taylor that I had made a banger, and I'll play it for you now, and you may get a kick out of this. We'll see. I'll play it.
Please put your bubble up. Okay, put just the big bubble up. Just the big bubble up. Please. Oh shit, okay. Put our gate. Bubble down now, bubble down now, bubble down now, bubble down now. Bubble down, bubble down, put the bubble down. Come on. Oh shit, okay. Our own ticker bubble turned off now. Come on. Come on.
And there you go. That will be soon released to Apple Music, Spotify, and wherever you get your music from.
That was very good.
Need to put something in there from when we got the audio clip of Ozier talking about what's going on? My shield's down. What's going on? What's happening? When he didn't know about SP30. He had no idea what SP30 was.
This I just made today, so it's got a lot of potential.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's very
got
good.
a lot of potential.
I can't imagine Betamune driving in his car at night and blasting it to the village. And,
I guarantee you that song knocks. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So,
but
if anybody wants
we're very toxic here.
Yeah,
we're just
true.
horrible
Very
people.
toxic.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
you big bully.
We did that.
You just bullied Vetamune. You horrible person. You.
He's the creator of content. What could I say?
Yeah.
So, if anybody wants the higher quality, non-volume adjusted version, because I kind of adjusted it down for the podcast, just ask me. I have the MP3 that I can give away for that. So, but yeah, I was saying in the chat, I need somebody to make a music video. Hey, there you go, Juby. You want to make a music video for me?
There you go.
Oh boy.
But
I need the dancing girls and the cars and the water jet. Airplane.
They don't follow you around everywhere you go out there?
No.
All you gotta do is start recording your daily life. I mean, and then overlay that video, just little head bopping with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you'd be kicked out of Void instantly by Vetamune.
I don't know. I titled the song Vet Best FC.
Nice.
So there you go.
Nice.
All right, shall we actually talk about like Eve Echoes stuff today?
This is
I know we had. I get it. Yes. Yes, I do realize that. But what I meant was, as far as like game news goes, right? This last week they freaking dropped a huge update on us.
Huge.
From out of nowhere.
Huge.
From out of nowhere.
Yep.
Taylor had even posted a little video going over it just a little bit as to what some of the changes were going to be. And of course, we're going to talk about it today. And yes, I had read them at length, and I've been playing the game every day this last week. So
wow,
I am familiar with some of the changes. Yeah. Cool. Believe it or not. Amazing. So as far as announcements goes, the day of the last podcast that we had, they had actually finished out the emoji contest, where Kat had pinged everybody that got the most votes, as well as the rewards will be distributed within 24 hours of that post. And so I believe Mario got that. And on the official fake, let's see, I had asked Mario what it was or what he'd got. I need to go to our content creator channel there. Damn it. Oh, wait. This Discord, sorry, I was looking at it on the wrong Discord. It doesn't have access to it. Rookie mistake.
Very rookie.
I was like, how come I don't see it? So I'd asked
Big noob.
I'd asked what he got from it, and shoot. I don't know. I'm lost in conversation now. I can't figure out where it was. But anyway, he had got some rewards. I wanted to say something about amethyst cones or skill points or something like that. I'd have to actually read up. I didn't do my research. I know he had replied about it, but I don't know.
What did I tell you, everybody, in that short that I put out on Wednesday? Rambo's not going to read any of it or know anything about it until the day comes.
That was specifically for the emoji contest.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That was specifically for the emoji contest.
And use that.
Sure. Even though 2 announcements up, it says top 5 entries with the most amount of votes will be collected. Top 3 will get 50k skill points, 300 VP, 50k Lazarus units, 12 AI learning code refractoring permission 3s. Entries 4 through 10 will gain 1 decoding key, 4 Tesseract star cores, and 10 amethyst cones. There you go. There's your rewards. And a bunch of people were tagged in there. So before we get to the patch notes, I don't think there was really anything else. They did redo the giveaway today, and that's it for that. So we can get into game news, or not game news, but patch notes.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I had actually spoke to Kat this last week.
Did you really?
Yes. Which she acknowledged me by my alias, and she requested some info. I provided that info. I had then followed up with a question, and I have yet to see a reply. It's been 4 days, so we'll see. I don't know. As a community manager, I hope they are somewhat decent at Discord and check it regularly. But yeah, we'll see what that has to entail. Yeah, Nettie spotted.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
still weird that nobody wants to talk to you. You're a nice guy. I will talk to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be civil. I mean, I'm not really afraid of it, but
yeah,
it's like,
the weird
I'm not
part
gonna...
is that my giveaway Duo Megas, what I usually complain about, they keep coming and really fast, like almost like next day, suddenly distribution to winners.
Maybe
So
for you, but not for me. It's like hit or miss. Like one guy got his last week and the other guy didn't, and that was from 3 weeks ago. So I've started a spreadsheet now so that I know exactly on that sheet. I know exactly who I gave it to and when, on the date, and I've also figured out too, Juby. Maybe you already know this, and that's why it's better for you. If you submit those on a Monday, maybe a Tuesday, no problem. You submit it later in the week, they're screwed up. It's a hit or miss if you get them or not. But I did that where, because I was trying to figure it out, like why is it sometimes it works and why is it sometimes it doesn't? Is it simply because they just don't even look at this form but once a week? Like and when they do, it has to be from the day prior, and if it's anything earlier than that, they ignore it. Like there's something there with that.
Yeah, I usually do them on the weekend. Like even though we need to do them on Wednesday or something, I'm like I just can't do it. I have only free time at the weekends, and
yeah,
I'll do it and hope the best, and I don't know. Breaking the rules.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, let's say I got some questions, and so we'll figure out what's going on there whenever she decides to reply to me. So, believe it or not, there's something in the works there. It's very possible they reached out to Damon as well, potentially for the same question.
She did accept my friend request.
I don't know.
So yeah, all that
kind
of happened in the same. Yeah, that all happened in the same like day or two.
Okay. All right, you got the patch notes up.
I got them pulled up. I don't have them showing live, so that way we can kind of see people's reaction for it. But I got them pulled up here in front of me. You want me to go through them?
Yeah, let's go through them from May 22nd. There's a banger of patch notes that they dropped on us.
Yep,
I
the
need
big
to
one.
Reconnect my headset. I hear you guys as a robot voice.
Oh no.
So don't worry, I'll be back very soon.
Okay.
Disconnecting.
I am back.
All right, new content, all kinds of new content. So there's now a new Nanocore precise disassembling service, and you get 70% of your Nanocore back when you repackage it in terms of everything that you put into it, or 90% if you pay 10 bill. So that is a very high price. And one thing that I noted over the last few days that most people did not is that means you can no longer get that first level attribute back when you repackage it for free. That's gone. You're only going to get 70%, you're only going to get 70% because who's going to pay 10 bill for that first stack? That's dumb. So that's good and bad. With that came the repackaging of your gold cores as well. You get your purple core back out of it. You get your stuff back out of it. But again, 70% or 90%. So yeah, you are literally swiping for the blue spheres now if you're trying to get perfect rolls. Even, there's nothing you can do about it. If you want to change one out or the other, you're screwed. You're going to have a loss every time. It's not a huge loss. Well, at 30%, that's a loss. But anyway, I don't know. Overall, I give that an okay that they made that change because of the long-term benefits of being able to repackage gold cores and all that other stuff. I've got 3 gold cores on my main tune, Taylor, that I can't use because I don't fly those ships anymore because I fly other ships. So,
yeah, this has been a long time requested thing for people that wanted to do this. Me personally, I don't really have a reason to do this, but it's there if I ever wanted to, I guess.
I do, and I'm glad it's here. And it's one of those things, too, where you have to be mindful of what you ask for and how you ask it. It's kind of like asking a genie for your first wish and not realizing the repercussions of that wish, right? Everybody's wanted this for forever. Now we got it, and okay, now there's a downside. There's a downside to everything. So, except for this new implant. We'll get there. There's no downside to that. I don't like that. Okay, getting to the Yangzheng capital ship remote armor system refractoring. That was a new module that was put out. We knew that one was coming because obviously this thing can be armor or shield. This thing can be a vac or a fax. So we knew this one was coming as a new one to be able to turn it into an armor fax as opposed to a shield fax. So that's kind of a nice addition. I like that. I think that's really, really good. There's Jimmy back again.
Yeah, now all is good. Mm-hmm. I heard everything.
The next addition that they made is the heavy fighter siege modification system. Now, this is for super carriers, and this is for super carriers alone. And there's a little bit of controversy over this because when you they've made multiple patches this week, by the way, multiple patches. But the minute you put this thing on, your mass goes up like 900%, but your inertia goes down by 90%. So it kind of like offsets it, but it doesn't really. But not really. Like some pilots are noticing that their micro warp drive trick for moving around is even worse, to where they're literally just in warp totally sideways. So that screws them up. Hold on. You can't put this thing into a vac. I'm like 99%, unless I just totally screwed something up. You can't put this heavy fighter siege modification system into a vac, can you? Or is
they don't take heavy fighters?
Yeah, I didn't think so, Matt. But you said buffs vacs forever, and I'm like, that threw me off. No, it's like, no, it doesn't. It's not a heavy fighter. Those are lightweight chips. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, so you just threw me off for a second as I'm reading and talking at the same time. Anyhow, so it really kind of makes some of the ships feel fat. And it's supposed to be getting rid of bumping, although you do bump, and the bumps are even worse. So I'm not really sure what they were trying to solve with this fitting, other than just giving super carriers more DPS, more resists, more raw shields and armor, because that's kind of what it does. It makes them even tankier. than they were before. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of and I've known a few people who've pulled them off because it makes them a little too slow for moving or moving around like they were before. They don't like it. So from the PvP aspect of being able to move around on grid faster and get around it, yeah, they don't like it. So they pulled it off, which cost $5 billion to pull the thing off. So after you spent money buying the thing, because it was money to buy the thing this week, period, you then spent more money to pull it off, even with patches. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of got a little bit of a mixed review from the pilots I know with it. I don't have it yet, so. Next thing, Tsunami Disruptive Lance. This was hilarious. When this first got released on Wednesday morning, it was like a machine gun, and it literally just fired. 1, 2, fired. 1, 2, fired. 1, 2, fired. Just kept going, which, of course, you'd run out of fuel after the third shot. But that was a little OP, so they had to patch that and tap it down to where it's got the delay in it like the rest of them. But this is a new Doomsday weapon, Annihilator Doomsday weapon. It's made by Caldari. It improves the firing capabilities while moving and offers enhanced power and range. And it also requires more energy. It can be attained for manufacturing or the store. So it's a Lancer mod. But you can move like 10 meters a second instead of 0. Okay. Interesting. The DPS output that it puts for your Lancers is higher. Not just the beam itself, the Lancer itself, but also your regular DPS.
I still haven't been shot by these new Doomsday weapons. I haven't experienced the power.
It's not an easy thing to use. It's also a very skill-intensive thing. Like that, if you get let's say you're perfectly skilled for a Dreadnought, and then you go and get a Lancer, and you look at this extra skills you need, and it's maybe not much there at all. You're already ready to go, except for the Lancer itself, right? I think that's the only other really skill that matters. And you're not skilled into it at all. And so your Lancer skill is 0, 0, 0. That weapon's going to do absolutely nothing. It's going to do absolutely nothing. If you're 4-4, it's kind of like, well, it's trying to do something, but it's not really going to do much DP. It's not going to really do too much damage when you fire it and hit somebody with it. When you're 5-5-4, it'll eviscerate battleships and battle cruisers and whatever else are within the range or the radius of that beam on its first shot. It's just boom, boom, and it's gone. But it's a very, very tight beam. It's a very, very tight radius. Yeah, so it's not like you can catch a whole fleet. It's not going to work that way. Multiple Lancers, 5-5-4. Yeah, you can rip some people apart, but you're still not going to take out a whole fleet with it, which that's not really what it's designed to do. So it is a tricky weapon.
Yeah, I wonder how you kind of target it, but you just pick something in the middle and...
No, you lock onto the ship you're trying to hit and you fire and you hope it's still there. Because it's like 20 seconds until it fires. So it's a little bit of a... Yeah, what you're hitting shouldn't really be moving. Not that fast. Or be that close anyway. But... Or even be up close and like right on the gate as they land kind of thing. But even then, you're only catching what happens to be right there. So... Certain instances, it's really good.
Yeah.
But it's very situational in my opinion. Okay, the big one, the implant. The Tactical Defense Neural Response Implant. This is an implant designed to boost the Capsuleer's neural responsiveness. This device differs from typical cybernetic implants. Instead of being actively triggered, it's passively triggered and enhances the Capsuleer's physical capabilities and ship commanding skills. This means that you can have this implant active. The Tactical Defense Neural Response Implant can be active while any other implant you already had before is also active. This also means, right now anyway, for now, so they say, there are no GUs on it either. So you don't get any kind of stacking of GUs. So it's just an implant. It has 45 levels like any other implant. It's the same different levels, basic, experimental, standard, gold. It takes the same amount of compilers to level up as any other implant does, but you can use it at the same time. And the benefits you get is like there's no downside to this thing. Like everybody's going to want to wind up with a gold core. So I'm not sure why you want a basic or I guess to get an alt started or something like that. And it is going to be available, I guess, not this week, but next week, possibly this upcoming week, but next week in a DR. I don't know if that's a new DR, or I don't know if that's just going to be added into an existing DR. The way they word this is different. So it says how to obtain. I'll go back to the stats here in a second, but it says how to obtain. Currently unavailable. Enhances to the Waist Seeker Centrum experience in about 2 weeks, which will include the addition of several new implant cores to the loot. These can be obtained through reverse engineering. So enhances the Waist Seeker Centrum experience. I think that means the Dormant Realm experience. Or they could be talking about DR4.
DR4. That's what I'm getting out of it is DR4.
Right. That's the one with the Centrum in it. Yeah.
Correct.
So it could be that. It could be that DR4 is going to have a change to it, which will include the addition of several new implant cores to the loot. They want more capitals in DR4, I guess. Why? So they can die when your game screws up? Yeah, that's true. The special anomalies in Calvala, I'll call it Centrum, and so are they in a lot of Cobalt space, honestly. I think Ethereum as well. So,
could this be a potential leak?
Place.
Could we be seeing another region? I don't know.
Well, there is. Yeah, I mean, God, already.
I don't know. Kavala is like. I mean. People go over there, but I don't think it's like super populated.
Well, neither is Ethereum for that matter, because nobody can hold the Citadel. Right. Although there's changes to that too. So,
yeah.
But I think that's a little soon to add another region. Well, obviously next week they're not going to be adding anything. The week after, when they do whatever they're doing here, there could be another region because that's about the right time, really, when you think about it, from the last prepping up event thing they did. No, because we got Ethereum after that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll get another region. I think they'll just be making changes to what we've got now. So it doesn't. I think that's too soon for another region.
Some kind of reversed wormhole.
Good point, Kingslayer. You're right. Ethereum is checkpoints. Calvala is Centrum. So my God, you're gonna have to go to Calvala in order to get your shit for the implant. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, but
that'd be different.
Well, granted, to make the implant, but I think you could probably acquire it through DR like you can on other implants.
Yeah.
So, but they say several new implant cores to the loot, specifically.
To the loot, right? So that's where it kind of goes back to DR.
I mean,
yeah, usually.
Yeah, you're looting anomalies, but
DR.
Do they consider the winnings in those boxes loot in this wording? I guess yeah, could be.
Could be. I don't know. And I'm having trouble fitting all of us now since Damon's decided to turn his camera on or come onto the stage. So.
Oh snap! We got Damon.
Damon.
Yep, I'm here. I have broken. I've broken out of the bubble.
Broken out of the bubble. There you go.
Yeah.
Take down our Dictor bubble.
All right, so let's go through this implant. I guess quick survey of everybody listening right now. How many of you already have this implant and already have it leveled up to say 30? I'm imagining a lot of people spent some money this week to get this thing leveled up. I know probably 15 people who did it already.
But wasn't the downside if you use this new implant with your current implant, then it kinda your general units don't work?
No, basically. That's not true. Because you can use this implant with another implant that has the GUs on it. You can use two implants at once. There's no downside to this. There's absolutely no downside to this.
There's no downside. It's always active as a passive implant on top of whatever your current active implant is.
Yep.
So it's just right now, you'd have to. The only way you could get it is if you buy it, real money. So I haven't bought it. I didn't think I would need it just yet. I'm gonna see how we're going to be able to get it in a couple weeks and go that route. I didn't want to spend actual money on it. Me personally.
I usually
hold on a second. I see someone typing over in I see multiple people that are now typing actually in the chat channel of live podcast. No one's watching that. No one knows you're doing that until I happen to actually see a bubble. So go type in on-air chat. That's where it's being streamed. Otherwise, you're kind of like in a vacuum over there and no one's talking to you. Okay, keep going, guys.
Yeah, so the black market, that's the place I get all my implants and exotic things what I need, what you have like hard to find. I think we have those commercials what Rambo made, I think, about the black market.
Well, they're available on the market right now. You're right. It's not like this is look, it's but they're $60. So as they should be. It's a gold implant, guys. It's a gold implant that has zero downside to it whatsoever. So yes, it should most assuredly be expensive and take time to get. I don't like the putting things out as swipe content only. They should put it out, but I don't mind them doing it as long as there's an alternative. So there should have been, in a one-time thing. Like, okay, we're putting it out here. It's brand new. You guys want to buy one? That's great. You want to grind for it? Here's how you get it. Do that at the same time. This delayed stuff is gotcha crap and all that. Now you're giving people an advantage for 2 weeks that nobody else even has any chance in hell of getting, unless they have real cash for it. That's not right. Let's balance this out a little bit and do both at the same time, guys. With that said, that does mean they're on the market, but then you better have a huge stockpile of shit, of cash ready to go. And we had no clue this thing was coming. So while they've done a lot of things better or right, or at least in the right direction so far this year, actually, really since the end of last year, there's still some things that they're doing that are just irritating the crap out of me. The fax in the box irritates the crap out of me. And it's never going to be perfect. Yeah, it's never going to be perfect.
Tighten in a box.
Yeah.
We never forget.
Fucking hang me now if it tighten in a box.
Can't wait for super in a box.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saving my money for.
You know that chat channel that everyone keeps typing in? What we were just talking about, the live podcast channel. Just rename that to Mutants Echo Chamber.
Okay, we missed half of what you were saying. It was garbled. It sounds like you're standing outside in a tornado. We're professionals here, so we can't have that.
No, I was saying the live podcast channel where people were typing, not the on-air channel. Couldn't we just rename that to Vetamune's Echo Chamber?
I mean, we could.
See, we can't say that. Now we're toxic. I mean,
no. Well, technically,
that was
you
a
didn't
given.
say it. I said it. So.
Yeah, but this is a toxic show, right? I want to change the perception of this show from the people down south to not be one of toxicity, where they feel comfortable. We want to create a warm, hugging, soft environment that they can come into. I know they're afraid to leave the Blue Donut, so we have to create a warm, loving environment for them to come into and feel safe in, and so those kinds of comments are just tragic.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
I feel that. I feel that warm.
I would definitely salute Bradley in what he said to Vetamune on Reddit the other day about how he was invited several times, and if you can't defend your opinion, then you shouldn't have one. That whole.
Oh yeah,
he did a good job on that.
I've got that listed out too to highlight. Bradrick did a good job there. No, and I'm kidding, guys, about the whole safe environment.
That's my face. All that.
It's the new environment. This is Taylor's new Fed, where everyone just sits around and sings Kumbaya.
Oh God, you should ask the CEOs about our meetings. Holy shit. Anyway, Let's get back to this tactical implant. We're so far offline. So level 1 enhances control over the defense systems, boosts ship shield and armor strength as levels increase, accelerates repair speed, and enhances resistance to capacitor warfare and weapon disruption. That is a percentage boost. So if you go and get that implant leveled up and you go and look at the difference between before and after on your interceptor, it's not a whole lot. But if you go and look at the before and after on your super, holy shit, you just added 1 million hit points raw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 1.6 actually on one of them that I saw. So, like, that is huge.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. So that's tactical defense. That's just level 1. Like, right off the bat, you get that. Obviously, it'll increase as you skill that sucker up. Predictive trajectory at level 15. This enhances the awareness of projectile weapons such as cannons and rails, boosts ships' maneuverability and evasion capabilities against such attacks, making it easier for enemies to miss. It's like an evasive tactics kind of thing. So I don't know what that actually, they don't say the stats in the patch notes, so I forget exactly what that does. If someone's got a screenshot of this thing,
your ship is going to do barrel rolls and
automatic barrel roll. Yeah, I don't know if it just changes your sig radius or what it actually does, what the actual stats are that it puts in.
It's just magic. It just magically. I think the wording on the implant is a little bit different because it doesn't. There's the way the wording was, and then it says it has a chance for enemies to just miss in quotations. That's it. It's just magic. That's it. Maybe it's the roll of the dice as to whether or not you'll get like a blocked damage for whatever.
Yeah. The other level 15 is energy resistance, which increases damage resistance to energy weapons such as lasers and decomposers. I found this hilarious. They had to highlight decomposers in here. Who the fuck flies? Shoots. I mean, what the fuck? Anyway, it reduces damage from such sources. And
Troopa does.
Troopa does. He knows how to handle. Yeah, one guy.
But he's the only one I know.
One guy. We have.
He's the only one.
We have an implant here that's the handle Troopa. So he's OP.
Yeah.
Explosive resistance at level 30. So you can't get any kind of resistance against missiles and bombs again until level 30. But let's read this here real quick because this caused a stir as well. Increases damage resistance to explosive weapons such as missiles and bombs. Reduces damage from such sources and reduces the ship's signature radius. So there's your actual signature radius shrink at level 30. So I knew that was in there somewhere. And they used the word bombs. And some people jumped out of their seats and said, does that mean bombs are coming? Does that mean we're going to have actual bombs? And I don't think so, guys, because they call torpedoes bombs. Because that's what bombers fly. So that's what they're referencing when they say that. Missiles and torpedoes is what they mean when they say missiles and bombs in that sentence. I know. I hate to let everybody down, but my photoshopping skills failed you. I'm sorry.
I don't know if they can save this anymore. Oh.
Yeah, I mean...
Torpedo is totally different.
It is, but that's what they're saying when they're saying that. Target different... I mean, that's my opinion here, guys. I could be totally wrong. But there's nothing you can do to stop those drone bomb things that they put out. So, but, yeah, there's nothing they can do to change that. Let's see. Targeted defense. Using shield and armor defense systems for targeted defense against drones and fighters reduces damage sources and increases the ship's scan resolution. So using shield and armor defense systems for targeted defense against drones. Okay, so that's your one against drones and fighters. Gotcha. Increases your locking speed. Speeds up your locking speed. Gotcha. Tactical countermeasures. This is level 45 all the way up at the top. Offense is the best defense. Significantly enhances controls over the ship's radars, turrets, missiles, and drones. So you get a buff there as well. Lots of buffing. So yeah, passive skill, your inertia. Yep, your inertia goes down. So that's an inertia modifier on the level 15. Gotcha. Your avoid chance, a random roll of 5%, and then yeah, recharge. Gotcha. Yep. So it is inertia on that one. Any questions about the implant from that? It's pretty straightforward. Now, they did say that the GUs were not available yet. I don't even see it in these patch notes when I'm looking at it. Maybe I just missed that part or skipped over it. But I'm pretty sure the neural response implant currently cannot be equipped with general units. Currently. So that means that eventually GUs will come to those. And my bet is they will be a different type of GU than the ones we have on the market right now. And boy, I hope that they balance this out to where when you put a GU in, it takes away something and adds something else, pushes it towards one or the other. Yeah, more of a defensive GU if you want to look at it that way, because the damage DPS increase that we've been getting over and over and over is just it's too much. It's too much. So, but that's my hope. Is that the GUs? There's Trupa, or one decomposer user. He's typing now. There's got to be some sort of yin and yang for this, some sort of balance. Don't you guys think?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably another implant to counter.
Yeah.
Probably another passive implant for damages or something.
Evasive maneuvers.
Who knows?
Yeah. And make sure you have them all leveled to 45, otherwise you're a scrub. Right, Taylor?
Yep.
Snowflake.
Yeah, Snowflake. Yep, that's the official role, Snowflake.
Yeah, I don't have any level 45 implant. I'm kind of I have a lot of like level 30, but I haven't really found the spirit animal what I want to be, and invest in that so much. So waiting for that. What is my most favorite weapon to use?
Yeah,
maybe
it's a big. I mean, getting it to 30 isn't that difficult with the amount of money you can make nowadays. It's not that hard. It takes a little bit, but it's not that hard. But getting it from 30 to 45 is like literally building a VAC from scratch, cost-wise. Like, it's brutal. It's 200 billion or something like that, or 160 billion or something.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Especially now, because gold compilers like skyrocketed in price this last week.
Yeah, because everybody wants this implant.
Yeah, I think it doubled, if not more, in price per unit.
I'll probably, because I'm kind of like a free-to-play player, so I will probably wait a few months or a few weeks after the launch and then try to buy it from black market or eat up possibly. Some madman will sell it for probably, I don't know, 18 billion is normal price for implants, but we shall see.
Someone will give Juby a discount.
Somebody in chat said that they're available to purchase on the market, this implant.
Yeah, sometimes they get put up.
I don't know for how much.
50 and 60 billion, yeah, or more.
Oh, I ain't paying.
One of my guys sold it for 75.
I ain't paying.
They're tradable, so yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
People got too much ISK. Too much ISK.
Yeah, I feel like 100 billion is like the modern, like everyone has this amount in the pocket and just throwing around.
Really?
Like
really?
Yeah, I see a lot of like in chat, like, selling this and 75 billion, casual.
If you have that much cash sitting around, then you're really not doing a whole lot. Because if you're constantly doing stuff and upgrading stuff and getting new ships and progressing on an implant and doing those new fighters, different, whatever, then you EDCUs, all that kind of crap, then you never have that kind of money sitting. You're trying to build a super, trying to build a VAC. You don't have that kind of money sitting around. So those kinds of guys that have that kind of money sitting around have a carrier, They rat 4 times a week. They mine. They sell that stuff off. They never hold on to it, and they haven't progressed their ship in 7 months. Those are the kinds of guys, or their implants. Those are the kinds of guys who have that kind of money sitting around.
Hey.
So that's Rambo.
Hey.
I just described Rambo.
What? Almost to the T. You know, there was a point in time where I actually had a couple $100 bill in the wallet. That is long since gone now, but yeah, I do spend ISK, but not on implants, obviously.
Yeah, I have my personal like milestones that I must get 100 billion in the wallet at some point. Yeah, and then I don't know, I'm free or something. I can use it. I actually log in to the game and 65 billion in the ETA market for the tactical defense advanced gold right now.
How much you say? I'm sorry.
65, the cheapest one.
Jeez.
Taylor will buy it, and then he'll hold a raffle and actually make money on it.
I have a raffle going right now for gold implants if anybody wants to.
Really?
I have 2 gold implant boxes I'm raffling off. 1 bill per ticket. You can get into either raffle. There's 2 raffles going on. It's the first 12 implants. It's not the newer ones, but just the first 12. The ones that really matter. It's not the mining implant. It's not the aerospace tactic implant. It's all the PvP implants that came first. You know, things like Barrage and Sniper, Thermal.
But hey, try to guess how much is Focus Crystal Gold right now in ETA.
32.
36.
See, I'm pretty good.
So I don't know, the 65 for brand new right now.
And there's no downsides to it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it. Everybody is going to want the gold. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say it's overpriced. It's too high, but it's like not really for what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Rambo, you got more than I do right now. I'm flat broke. But then again, I purchased like all kinds of crap. So,
well, there's a reason why I have that much money right now. I haven't allocated it to my purchases this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to wait to see how we can acquire this implant. Whether I have to get carried in DR or if I have to find some other means to be able to get this.
I can't afford to buy it, so I'm waiting to see if I can get carried.
For free. Correct. For free. That's what I'm
going
thinking.
to be like carried for everyone.
I was going to say, yeah. I was going to say.
We do free carries in my court, so I mean.
Get in line. Get in line.
Yeah, I'll just get in line. I'm in no rush.
Yeah. That's funny.
And plus, wouldn't you think this implant is more kind of like PvP? I mean, you could use it for PvE, but honestly, do you really need it for PvE? I think it's more PvP concentric, this implant.
I don't know. No, I think it goes to PvE as well. You know why? Those guys who are running AI and with their fits, brawler fits that are better or whatever, you know? I mean,
I don't need it. I don't need it for anything PvE that I do.
Yeah, maybe you're going to need it for the DR. That's right, Barrick.
Yeah. Actually, I died this last week in DR2, actually. They primaried my Tempest. Rip.
Oh,
but,
shit.
I just see this as being more of a PvP thing, honestly. So maybe in DR, sure, but still.
Yeah, I look at it as everybody's going to want it fit kind of thing. I mean,
right. I think eventually I'll get it.
Just for the level 1 effect that you get. Obviously, you want to level it up, but just for the base effect that you get, which is your increased defensive systems, your shield armor levels, all that stuff. So, I think just for that alone, everybody's going to want it. Just the tankiness of it. I mean, that's your defensive implant right there. Taking all the other stuff out of it, that's your defensive implant, all by itself. Only in this one, you get offense, defense, everything. Yeah. Better resistance against lasers, which everybody's flying. Better resistance against cannons and rails, which everybody's flying. Better resistance against...
Except me.
Yeah, but I mean, better resistance against drones and fighters. I mean, come on, you get all that at once. So it's kind of so even a regular carrier pilot who's just ratting all the time, a la in Void, they're gonna want that so that maybe they'll last long enough for their folks to come help them. I don't know.
Or the TSC ones that got
or the TSC ones, yeah,
dropped this last week.
Yeah, I mean,
with no tank.
Yep.
Yeah, glass cannon carriers, the best.
Yep.
You just die.
Okay, moving on to the patch notes because we have a lot to cover here, and we're nowhere near halfway, I don't think, and we're already an hour into the show. So, needle jet filaments, they added a signal 10 and noise 10 filaments, which can be used for up to 10 users. So they got 4 varieties of those filaments. So you've got everything from signal, noise, expedition, frontline, price between 20 million, 200 million. So now you can have a fleet of 10. So they did that so that if they do drop this stuff in Kalevala, you can take a 10-man crew in there now. So I don't know. That gets back to the maybe they're trying to push people into Kalevala. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I also feel like the new implant loot is in Kalevala, and the filaments they're trying to push go to Kalevala.
Yeah.
Start your life in that place.
You can't really. I mean, you have to go in and then come out. Like, you can't really just stay in there. Nowhere to dock. Can't anchor. So you're going in and coming out. So it's not really like a place to live, but just trying to force more PvP in that area to create more losses to eat up more ISK. That's the goal there. So I get that. New arrivals, the new disruptive lances in the store now. The advanced neural implants there. We've talked about that. It's 2500R. There's Ascension neural compilers that come with that. Those are clone bound though. There's standard neural response implant supplies available. We have Illusionary Ghost and CyberX cores that are now available in the store. There's discount coupons that come with those at 50% that don't work. So go for that. Also available, Interstellar Bazaar Capital Ship Lucky Draw Box. All that stuff is there still. There's the Concorde stuff is still on that end of it. They put out some new keys. And they're not doing the coupon codes from CCs. They haven't been doing that for almost a year now. I think they stated that at the end of last year that they were just going to discontinue that on our end for us to be able to hand out. And they're all going to be in the
selling
store.
Them.
Yeah,
so we're selling now.
Because of Damon.
Because of Damon.
Selling them in the black market.
Yeah, we blame Damon. I don't think that's really what it was. I think they wanted to just go this route and not have to deal with it. It was easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Just make it work, right? So, implant boxes dropped again. So you can get those along with GU boxes, option boxes as well. That was a big one. There's the ISK exchange store is now open. So this was rather interesting. This is something that we've also asked for a long time. Can't we just get some stuff in the store that we pay ISK for instead of having to pay R or pay, Plex, sure, but then the Plex you can't get it because it's not on the market and it's going up and up and up. Then, of course, there's Concorde points, which now it's, you're either going to save it for an entire year to get a capital nanocore, or you're going to do your normal stuff with it, right? And so being able to buy some of this stuff with ISK is something we've asked for, and now it's here, including amethyst cones.
I think they changed something with that, because once you get beyond level 30 on the Concorde, you get 1,000 points per level. And so if you continue the Concorde pass every week, you actually get quite a bit more.
Way more.
And I've actually racked up 100,000 Concorde points relatively quickly, to my surprise. So maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah, I did notice that on the one tune that I had to get that both stacks, Elite Partner, whatever it's called, for the Concorde, so I can get 2 nanos at once, basically, because I was so close. I didn't want to wait another 2 weeks plus 2 weeks into the next month, because the last 2 months, if you're not paying for the Concorde, the last 2 weeks of that month are useless. You've already gone all the way max level 30 in the first 2 weeks as it is. It's or 2.5 weeks, whatever. But I did notice that it's a lot It's a lot. So you could almost get that in 6 months, really. If you're paying for your Concord, probably faster than 6 months. Because you can max it those other weeks once you get past level 30 at 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and keep going. So every level. So that's probably another 30,000 in there. Probably 130, 140,000. So maybe only 4 months, but you got to pay for it. So more money.
Hey, it's $10, I think.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Not
and if
crazy.
you look at the cost of your Omega versus Duo Omega versus buying that Concord Pass and the benefits you get out of it, it is better for you skills-wise, let alone all the benefits. But just on the skills you get, it's better. It's more cost-effective to pay the $5 for your $4.99 for your basic, and the $10 for your Concord. So you're still spending $15, but you actually get more SP and all the other stuff on top of it by doing that. So it's the same $15 a month as if you were paying Duo Omega. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice how that plays out.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And we get into the balance updates. They did a whole bunch of different things with some balance here. So structure warfare due to decreased threats. The Waste Seeker capital ship fleet has withdrawn from the front lines, and all systems within Ethereum reach. The Waste Seeker striker fleets have been adjusted to 2 standard ship fleets. I haven't seen anybody re-anchor in Ethereum yet, but I imagine at this point they probably will. And we'll see what kind of happens with it. But only 2 standard ship fleets instead of the 3 points, I guess, and multiple waves. I don't know. That doesn't really break it down.
Well, they took out capitals too. Am I right?
Right. So it should be, and they adjusted the names too, the titles, so that you can see which ones attack the structure, annihilators, which we kind of knew that, but now I think they've clarified it and made it simpler to look at. So, so now you can target the ones that are actually hitting the structure. So that kind of kiboshes my theory that it was a percentage that they were doing for time, right? But I guess not. And I guess it is just those specific ships, and somehow they're very heavy on their DPS. I don't know. But no, we can kill them now, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Bradrick. Well, go to Cobalt. You can do that right now. You don't have to go to Ethereum. Yeah, there is always blingy stuff to kill in Ethereum, you bet. This is true. And you can do that without Soft. You can go kill it without Soft. Yeah, exactly, Trupa. Yeah, Cobalt's not quite the same. We need that SOE debris. You're right, Barrick. All right, other balances on the balance updates. When operating a capsular outpost, it is not possible to use implants. So even this new implant does not apply to your outpost. So that's kind of funny that they put that in there. Corporation frontline outposts, the maintenance time per week has been reduced from 2 hours to 1.5 hours. Okay. Can you reduce that again to 1 hour, please? I don't need an hour and a half worth of PvE I make no money off of. Capsular outpost, minimum maintenance time reduced from 15 minutes to 12. So your repair time in an outpost is now much, much faster. Well, not much faster, 3 minutes, but it seems faster. It does feel much faster to me. I think that's a good thing, speeding up all that stuff. Corporation tech, fuel consumption reduced from 2.5% per level to 4 on your Citadel maintenance upgrade. Nobody cares about that unless they have Sanctum unlocked. And you have to have, that's a level 6 in Corp Tech. That's way up there. 64 billion to unlock it, let alone research that and increase it. But you do need that eventually for your T4 Citadels. And here's one that irritates me. Corporation Tech resistance bonus per level increase from 2.5% to 5% for shield hardeners, armor hardeners, and hull reinforcement systems. It's not that I don't like that buff. I do. But it doesn't apply to anything other than a regular Citadel. It doesn't apply to a frontline outpost, the ones you'd put in Ethereum.
Right.
So you can't tank those any better. And it doesn't apply to Cobalt Citadels. It only applies to regular Citadels. So that kind of sucks. Anyway. The Ansiblex Stargate network is now visible across the entire system. Star charts now include a new filter to display all the Ansiblex Stargates in the universe, color-coded based on corporation relations.
That was big.
Rip any Intel and
yeah.
Knowing where
I
networks
mean, in EVE
are at.
Online, it's been like that for who knows how long. Right?
I know, but
it's bound to come. You know, the whole Stargate thing too. There was a way to cheese that prior to this fix being implemented. I think it was probably a bug, and then just now they had fixed it to the point where you can actually see the Stargates now in the entire system. So
yeah, and on the map, yeah. So
where beforehand you had to cheese your standings in order for it to
show up,
appear.
and then sometimes it would, and sometimes it wouldn't, and some places would, and they're like, change your standings, and it's like, no, my standings are correct. It's like, it doesn't work anyway.
It's still having the low power issues.
We are still having the low power issues, even though it's got plenty of power. Same thing with the Citadels. Yep. It's really, you have to turn them off, turn them back on. It's the age-old IT problem. Unplug it and plug it back in. It works fine.
Yeah. Turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah, it's very
irritating. I took a look. I took a look at these star charts when that happened. I was curious as to how it looked like on a star map, and it's basically just like EO.
Yeah.
Now I did see that, say in SHH, the bot 5 ones to SHH were red. People are like, "We got red gates in our systems." It's like, no, it's not the case.
Oh my God! Really? Did someone ask you? Did someone actually tell you?
Yeah, that was in game. That was in Alliance chat.
I want names.
That I don't remember. But people were saying we have red gates in our. They
don't need to be here anymore.
And I was like, I didn't even have to look at the owning corporations to know that it was bot 5. I'm like, no, they're just. They're not actually red. But that's just how the game determined the different colors, because of course you had the green for your corporation, blue for your alliance, and if it wasn't your alliance, then it basically appeared to be red. So there it is. Yeah, all others.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like it, and I kind of don't. I like it from the standpoint it does make things a little easier, and it's not like we didn't know everybody else's gates anyway. So there you go. But I think I'll miss the little bit of Intel gameplay. OPSEC, you can switch your gates around at a last-minute notice and someone won't know kind of thing. I mean, last minute isn't like a day before, right? Not because it's like a 6-hour swap or whatever it is. But still, that's something that I will miss. But, yeah, it is nice.
The ANSI gates, why? We're talking about the Ansible gates.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Can change. Yeah. So annoying when they change suddenly and you don't know the routes anymore.
Yeah, no, it's done on purpose. I mean, on our end, it was. All right, so ships updates. For whatever reason, they decided to change the Praxis and Practice 2. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Bargist got a scan resolution increase from 110 to 120. Okay, good for the Bargist. Bomber 2s and Bomber 3s, high slots reduced from 4 to 3. God damn it, NetEase. Damage bonus increase from 10 to 20 on the Bomber 2. Damage bonus increase from 15 over 7.5 to 25 over 15 on the Bomber 3s. So they got a DPS reduction, 5% basically.
Yeah,
if you really
I think based off the math, it's a nerf.
Yeah, it's a nerf. It's definitely a nerf. At the same time, the DPS cap hasn't been increased, right? And so bombers that you typically use to take down shields anyway of anything. I mean, I haven't tried it in the last. I haven't flown the bomber in the last week or two on either of my 2 bomber accounts, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure though, even with all of that, I'm still going to be hitting that DPS cap with 1 bomber on a pause. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's pretty good, Juby. That's where you got that from. Science C removed warp speed bonus. Warp speed is increased. Missile turret damage changed. Missile and turret damage bonus increased from 25% to 100%. That's, I don't remember reading that earlier. The missile and turret damage bonus increased from 25 to 100. Holy shit, that's a lot.
That's big.
That's huge. Huh. I didn't realize that was that big. EHP increased by 4.4% as well. So a little bit tankier and a lot of... Everyone was using reppers in the high slots. Yeah, they won't be now. Put strikes on there or something. Yeah. Or not strikes, but even autocannons. That's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, exactly, Darius.
A little bit of complaining that the bombers lost one of their torpedo slots, but yeah, Blink Fleet, lots of love to Blink Fleet.
Yep, Chimera and Archon new bonus, light fighter damage plus 5%. That's your space superiority fighters. Nidhogger and Thanatos damage bonus increase from 5 to 7.5%. That's good. Team Combat removed the effect Mothership Defense Module activation time plus 10 seconds is increased. Module usage flexibility increased. The activation time is generally a negative effect. Huh. So that's for VAX. And they adjusted the effect for Mothership Defense Module activation down. Okay, so there's no activation time from plus 10 to minus 10? I'm pretty sure that's... Is that what that means, Savarta? You fly a VAC. They didn't change VAC skills, right? But I mean, I'm talking about the Mothership mod. Got changed a little... Yeah, gotcha. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, it would have been worse, exactly. Ship modes. Okay, so on carriers, on faxes, they got rid of network mode and Logi mode. These are the modes you hit, in the lower right-hand corner or whatever, wherever usually they're in the lower right-hand automatically from your fittings when you're out in space. They got rid of those slots, and they added one mid slot for both of those ship types for the new module you have to have that you get off the market. I think both of them were priced at $200 million. You basically get that same skill right back. It's not a nerf. It's not a buff. They're just moving it from being an actual hull bonus or a button you get from that hull to the actual fitting, which is a good thing. It is a buff, though? Okay. So what, your lock speed's faster? Or is that the same? So it just goes on and off? See, I haven't tried either one of these things yet. That's true, Spartan. I knew the Lucent Moon didn't have it because they were going to put this on there to begin with. I'm talking about the rest of the faxes. Just a shorter cycle time. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of the 120-second wait time.
Yeah, and now that it's a module instead of a mode, then potentially they could have GUs that affect it, whereas they really couldn't.
Radar Care Bear.
Yeah,
it's Care Bear Radar stuff. If they activate the mode while they're doing that, then they can get ganked. They don't have time to get out. Blah blah blah. Yeah, now it's down to 10 seconds.
Yep. So that's good. They do have time to get out. Makes it harder to get them.
I tested that on the carriers and the Science C. They lost the sensor network ability, but now you have the module that you can put in the extra mid slot.
Right.
Does exactly the same thing, 10-second cooldown. So
all of these things that we have those modes on them right now, siege modes, defense modes, all that stuff, all that's going away eventually. All of it is going to move to these types of modules. Every single one of them. So just be ready for that.
Yeah, I just wonder why. Why? What is the point?
Well, the point is you couldn't have, you couldn't do anything with those stats really, either on a nanocore or on a GU, because they were hole specific. And now you can. Now you can have things that affect them. Now you can shut that module off with SP30. SP30 affects mid slots and low slots.
That's right.
SP30 does affect mid slots, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So so now you can shut the thing off. So that's fantastic.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I like that one of you on the avatar. That's funny, Juby.
Yeah, I have a few of these. This one is pretty funny. I tried to design a coffee mug, and yeah.
Oh boy.
Wrapping.
Wow. I don't want to drink out of that. Sorry. My lips would be right on your eyeball. That's. Oh my God. Lick it. The best part of waking up is Juby in your cup. Oh my God.
That's a good saying. Yeah. Juby on your cup.
Oh Lord.
Heron Explorer, he does the best advertisement for the UB web store, UB Mart. Yeah. Goddamn, I need to find that if I can share it.
This feels like the longest patch notes read I've ever done in my life.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. And I started to suddenly share these pictures and all sorts.
You got chat sidetracked.
Juby's bored.
Yeah.
We got Juby Photoshop happening in the chat while they're all bored listening to Taylor do these patch notes.
Yep.
Continue on.
Modules. Increase the default market valuations for items such as Plex, burst projectors, warp core stabilizers, inertia stabilizers, yada, 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 yada. Unify the tracking speed display units for drones and standard turrets. Reload time displayed in fighter description is now hidden. Cloaking devices. Tech level restrictions removed, but that's only on a regular cloak, not on a covert ops cloak. So all your regular cloaks are now just prototype cloaks, but your covert ops still have a tech level. And on top of that, they now consume 100 fuel every 5 seconds, and the feature remains the same. So it now uses fuel, and that's made changes to a lot of people's cam networks. That's been interesting to watch and see over the last couple of days.
PvP aspect, they have to make sure that they have fuel in their in their ship for doing this type of stuff, Cov Ops stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was another one of those kind of cloak changes that people had wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it didn't really affect me too much. I did see a lot of people doing math. Now I did see people were now for cam networks. No, they're for their cam networks. They're just gonna undock a jump freighter full of fuel, and just have it cloaked somewhere.
Yeah. Or just put a pod, 500, 600 off the gate.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching PvPers waste their time jumping to those pods and killing pods that just happen to be in their home system anyway, so it's like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, now we're gonna have capital cams. This is what NE decided they want to do.
Super on every gate. Screw it.
Yeah, sure. By the time they tickle the shield a little bit, you'd have figured out by then that somebody needs to maybe attack back.
No, you just have a full PVT settings where it auto locks and fires back. Anybody that locks them, it just auto locks and fires back. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used that feature in so long. I actually forgot about it.
So did I.
There is a auto locking.
Yep.
There is an auto locking feature. Yeah.
Yep.
Funny.
So there's your cloaks. A lot of changes there, and everything uses fuel. So fuel prices going through the roof. Disruptive lance maximum velocity limit goes from 5 to 10, so you can go faster in a lance now. That's great. Talked about that already. Yangzhong capital ship armor bonus, armor resistance 20%. Fixed an issue where artillery cover full salvo damage and tracking speed bonuses were ineffective. Damage plus 20, tracking speed plus 25. So they fixed an issue with artillery, and they reduced the damage stability of full salvo against high-speed small ships. I think the issue there was if you had a level 45 artillery on Macariel, for instance, and someone was zooming around you way faster than your tracking should allow, you could still blap them. And I don't know if they fixed that completely or not.
Yeah, when artillery was new, I was a test dummy for a Macariel was shooting me with autocannons, and I had a Slasher 2 interceptor, the basic, flying very fast, and he in a few shots I was in hull, and normally nothing can hit, so
yeah,
I had to disengage immediately.
Yep.
I don't know how it works with the strike cannons if you do that. But
same thing.
All
of a sudden, it's like their
definitely.
short range stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, market changes. They ensure standardized trading. Following adjustments have been made. Initial brokers' fees, handling fees, sales tax adjustment from 8 and 15 to 1 and 20. So your broker's handling fee and sales tax is now 1 and 20. 1 on one side, 20 on the other. Accounting no longer reduces listing fees. Sales tax is adjusted from 5 to 8, more like a contract is. And so your accounting no longer reduces listing fees. Fuck. Interesting. I didn't realize that one the last time I read it. When placing market orders, the maximum item cannot be set. The maximum item price can be set up to 9 trillion, with the highest listing fee per order capped at $1 billion. So I know lots of things were not getting listed on the market simply because of taxes that are involved in them. And now we've got this cap, and that's why we're seeing implants all of a sudden at 60 and 80 and 75 billion on the market, and no one's too worried about losing a whole bunch in taxes because they're no longer losing a whole bunch in taxes. So I think that's a good change. I think the next thing they need to do with that whole thing, though, is to where anytime you're looking at what's currently on the market, you're only seeing it for your ITC region. Shouldn't be able to see Jita from Pathobolus or Innsmother or even Declan, right? You have to be in that regional area of that ITC in order to see those markets. I think that would create a really good movement of goods around the map if they did that. Better market meal.
Or then you just have an ITA alt sitting in ITA and you see the prices that way.
Sure. But you still got to move it. You still got to do all the other stuff with it too, and you got to set that up. And not everybody's going to want to do that. And eventually, people will just get lazy with it and look at their local markets. And now you'll have a local market, a localized market, which will introduce guys that move things from one market to the other.
Hey, but we have Moby. Moby has some kind of. You can look at the market prices.
But
remotely.
But that's not live. That's a good way to estimate things, but it's not a good indicator of live. Exactly, it's estimated values. That's all it is. It's maybe a step above what I was doing way back when I was doing the market prices weekly. It's probably a step up from that, but not much, because you're still getting it out of the game. Let's see. When listing a capital ship on the market, which nobody does, the price can only be set within the range of 60 to 150% of the market's cost estimations. Otherwise, the market will refuse to list it. The Science and Lucid Moon classes is 50 to 200%. So they want capitals on the market, but they want them within a range so that you can't, fraudulently list something for higher than what you should and then have a dummy say yes and buy it. Like, that's ridiculous. That's nothing. I don't know why they're capping that. If it's a market, make it free market, not a highly restrictive market. Same thing with Plex. The Plex should just be allowed to float freely as well. And I don't understand this last one. Someone's going to have to explain this to me. Members who have joined the corporation for less than 30 days cannot donate insurance points. I have no way to donate insurance points as it is unless I pay cash for those insurance points. And I ain't doing that. Sorry. I like my corp. I like the guys in my corp, but I'm not spending my money for their IP like cash-wise. In-game money, whatever, sure. My cash, no way. That needs to change.
Isn't it for it's corp?
Maybe
insurance.
it's a way to prevent scamming players, to bring them into a corp, have them lay out cash to donate, and then kick them out of corp. You know what I mean? It could be a way to prevent scamming like that.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
But they did have this corp insurance points thing going, a new feature.
Yeah, you have to pay cash for it, Juby. You can only get it with
cash.
You can only get it with R.
Cash.
That's the only way to get it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I was saying. They made a whole host of other changes here on the construction side. All of decryptors, symmetry, actual, production, actual, reverse accelerant. They've all changed. I think they just changed the verbiage on the reverse accelerator decryptor to go from -5 to +5 because that's you're increasing the cost. Or, I don't know, maybe they've reworded that. So anyway, skill chip manufacturing process has been upgraded to now use general chips and data banks. I haven't actually gone in and looked at this to verify that they actually did that, or if the changes are really a buff by nature, a nerf to the amount of items that you need. So they did. Okay. It actually got updated. I haven't looked at that yet. Industrial module blueprint. Nothing changed on the stuff that I'm making, though, in terms of the numbers of decryptors needed. So, yeah. He's walking his rock. Yeah, the general now are inflated. I did notice that. So. All right, some other optimizations. The Lucid Moon ship tree is now available in the as far as the class goes in the ship tree. I know we were all begging for that ever since the Lucid Moon was released. I'm glad they finally put that in the ship tree, but yet somehow the Nearest 2 is not.
So, you were begging for that?
Yeah, I mean, this is
it,
ridiculous.
100%.
So, whatever. They optimized the initial position of entering a dormant realm, reducing the chance of ship collision. Not really. Didn't notice a difference. Optimize some rigging, all this other stuff. And then they got into some fixing of some issues, and we're going to be done with the patch notes. Oh my god, I'm just dying here. Fixed a rare issue where 1 or 2 fighters could be lost when applying fittings. Just gone.
See,
there goes your 3-bill fighter.
I told you.
There goes your 3-bill fighter.
Well,
rip.
I don't know if it's that. Remember last week when I was telling you when I switch fits?
Yeah.
That I lose fighters. And so then I have to re-put them. I don't like lose them for good. They're in my personal hangars, and I just have to re-equip them to the ship. Which is funny because maybe this is a different issue that they fixed because I did the whole fit change again, and I still had the same issue. This was after the update, so I don't know if that's fixed. But anyway. I might have a different issue.
Yeah, I heard about that. That the fighters don't load properly, like inside the station.
So if you make your fit or you save your fit with all your fighters or lightweights in the tubes, you switch the fit, You come back to it. It only loads 1 rather than 3 or 2 or whatever you have equipped. So, still an issue. Continue.
Gotcha. Fix an issue where mining drones had a chance to slack off. I found that hilarious. Like, would they just stop working? You whip them back into shape? I mean, that's hilarious. That's funny. Fix an issue where destroying drones in certain situations could resist the weapons or reset the weapons timer. Fix an issue where certain rig slots were not displayed in the supercarrier fitting window. Yeah, I noticed that at one point where all of a sudden there was just no rigs. Thanks, appreciate it. Fixed an issue where scanners had a chance where they failed to work. I don't know. I think scanners should just fail to work like at a percentage basis anyway. And the higher the tech level is, the less of a chance that is, but whatever. Fixed an issue where some items in the market displayed prices as abnormal text. Yeah, there was one time, no, that wasn't abnormal text on the market, but that was when I killed an NPC ship, like a random market item name came up. So I don't know if that, I haven't seen that in a couple of weeks, but that was hilarious.
No, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, no, not a random market item, but a random name of a system. So I would see like Clairlam, or I would see Kiba, or I would see like that happened for like a solid 3 or 4 days, like just randomly, and then it was gone. It's pretty funny.
Remember that one bug where everybody could see Jita local, even if they're outside of Jita? Remember that? That reminded me of that.
Yep. Or missing model. I really miss missing model.
Oh, missing.
The Mario
I was going through screenshots.
Font. Yeah.
I was going through screenshots from quite a while ago, and I have missing model screenshots. And those
when
are
you
so
think
great.
when you think of the number of bugs that this game has had over time and where we are today, it is much more stable. We can complain, and we're always going to complain. It is a much more stable game.
Missing model was just a visual issue.
Visual
it was more hilarious than it did any damage.
Yeah, exactly. It was always funny. I haven't drug a station with me for so long. Like, I haven't seen that happen. Even on the emulators. Which is where it almost always would happen. I haven't had that issue.
There was also that one that was kind of like missing model, but was for mining. It wouldn't show the asteroid, it would show the name of the asteroid.
I want to say I remembered that one too. I think I have a screenshot of that one too.
I don't think of, I don't recall that. Interesting. Let's see, where was I? Fixed an issue. Yeah, I saw that. Fixed the issue where piloting a Science C and activating the Sun Chaser navigation system could not directly enter HiSec. Wah. Fixed an issue where faction markers displaying abnormally in chat channels, and fixed an issue with abnormal icons for the Lucent Moon class ship. And that, ladies and gentlemen, like an hour of reading is what that felt like.
Yeah.
Is your May 22nd, 2024 patch notes. There is a lot there. It affects a lot of the game, just about every aspect of the game, honestly. So, fun times.
Damn. Yeah. A real snoozer right there, too.
Yeah. Good job, Taylor.
But good thing, I'm glad Taylor did it, because had I done it, it'd be twice as long in length, just because I had to correct all my mispronunciations. So
yeah, I was looking at Rambo. He's smiling silently, and Taylor reading, and he's like, "Yeah."
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say twice as long and mostly mispronounced.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's a thing.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. That is it. Holy smokes! Now we can actually get into the community news of all what's going on in the past week, as to stuff that's been happening around. And since you're here, if you want to do your Fight Club shout out.
Oh yeah.
You had recently put out a video of a Meow versus Burr Fight Club. So what's that all about?
Yeah, so we're doing these tournaments, and we have usually 11 pilots per team, and any team from any organization can join the Fight Club tournaments, and the idea is that the tournament changes every time. So like last time we had the box frigates, and next time we have T9 battleships, and the more teams we get, then we do a bracket. I don't know the word, but yeah, you will advance to bracket, and then there's the finals and everything. So really cool. We've done it a few times. It's always difficult, not not easy when you start to record the videos and everything, but we try, and soon there will be a Fight Club Discord server, and we will invite everyone to join there and get the latest info about the next tournaments. So yeah, hopefully we will get a lot of pilots there.
And this is probably the only way that Brethren Court will fight AOA.
Maybe. But Juby broke the first rule of Fight Club, is to not talk about Fight Club. So
yeah,
big ripple.
I know. Yeah, like I sent this message to every content creator I know to advertise the Fight Club, and then I'm like, hey, would you be so kind to say a few words about the Fight Club?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the latest project from Juby. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Let us know when you get that Discord up and running too. Another thing.
Picture.
All right. Another thing that happened this week was Project Awakening.
Yeah.
Do you remember seeing this, Taylor?
I signed up to get into it, and I did not get into it somehow, some way. I don't know. I was told I was going to get into it, and I'm not. So
I'm in it, but I downloaded it, started playing it, and I'm under NDA. I guess they make you sign an NDA.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically EVE Online, but harder. Yeah. That's about all I could say. Yeah, it's basically a fresh EVE Online but harder. They changed a lot of things. I'm not too familiar with EVE Online 2024 as to how things are done, but I played in this a little bit and said this is probably going to take too much time, and so I hadn't started it since. I'm like, it's just a time-consuming game, at least to get started on it. So anyway, it's Project Awakening. I don't know if it's available to everybody, but I guess it's a new EVE Online for those that are interested. They can look it up. Project Awakening.
Yeah, I tried to get into it on my mobile when I was out this last week on work stuff, and I hadn't tried to sit down at a laptop or desktop and see if I'm actually able to get into it yet. So I'll double check again, because I know I remember getting an email from those guys saying that I was accepted, I'd get in, because whatever I did on the first time around, something didn't work, or I didn't get the acceptance thing, and I talked to one of the moderators. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you taken care of. It's all added. You'll be fine." But no joy
so far. Is
that
one of the pictures from it right there? I saw a bunch of these kind of images floating around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it is you have to do certain things to be able to get out of the system. Like, you're stuck in a star system, and you have to do all these kind of mini side quest type stuff to be able to get out. And then what's funny is people are getting out and they're not able to come back. It's out there, man. I don't think it's for me, but it's out there. People are saying it's hard EVE. So there you go. Yeah. There's a starter system. It's nullsec. I think it's all null, by the way. I looked at the star chart. I looked at the star map, and it's all null.
So much for your NDA. You're telling us all kinds of cool things.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I ain't gonna play. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
He's just telling stories,
Yep.
I saw no mining rocks, so I quit. That's not entirely true. I did see them. but like I said, it takes a lot more time than I want to invest in it right now. So,
yep.
All right, good stuff. All right,
to ask
and
if they have a content creator program.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of looked at it, but they had a lot of people there from CCP on their Discord, which is funny because the original time I requested access to the Discord, I couldn't get it. I had to leave another Discord because I'm maxed out on Discords, and then I had to reaccept the invite, and I got it. Yeah, I know, it's pretty dumb, but
there's the actual link to Judy's thing.
That is that. Some more other content that has happened, that has dropped recently. I see Ashived is in the audience right now. He had recently dropped a new song. What's that song? Forget About Dre. Something about Dre. And he did a cover, an Eve Echoes cover on it. So I listened to it a little bit today. Yep, play it. Okay, play it. I have to find the link. I know it was right here. So yeah, sure, I'll play it. Taylor, have you heard this yet?
If it's the rap one, then yes.
Well, it was just released today, so
then no.
Dr. Sheev, Navy Drive-By.
Nope, hadn't heard it.
Forget About Dre remake, Navy Drive-By, Eve Echoes rap by Sheev. Here you go. I'll play it.
Y'all know me, still some homie that you ask on your knee. How I invaded you space solely with no fleet, just beat you slowly. Dress your ship in Foley, mad and screaming OJ. You're mad at me cause you can't understand the corporate think it's a travesty. Gotta sit playing Coolio in a store full of caps. To the ad, to the war to pay tax. Ducking up in the office to track all of your testimonies. Did y'all think I'ma find your fleets? No please, stop, I on fly on golden seas. Who think fighting on at these? It's me, they and the other player squeeze. It's going hard until server freeze and 1 and 2 and THREE. And the dude that said buy NFT gave you a chip to beat the whole fleet, then jump the gate like you knew I would, and pump the plate like boys in the hood. You should know I carry up bigger wood. Y'all better pause and hit the like. Subscribe, hunt your dreams at night cause your dreams so light. Change the beat but still copyright on my room, it's a tropic night. Y'all can catch the laser blast, I'm light but bright and faster. If big tackle me with a frig again, that pig will see a disaster. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. So what do you say to somebody who's great, or anyone trying to bring bubble your way? One above this and double your game. Just watch a piece of a sheep today. One day I was flying by that knows a place to steal supply, but then I lost Wi-Fi to start it up. Non-short space which you gotta gaze. I don't give a fuck if you're corporeal baits. For me it's just that one shot at the soft spot, cause I'm hung as fuck while I slowly approach you with my barrage. Chopping you with two Viking axes. Split your bag or create your praxis. Fuck you Shiva, call my cops. Too late my friend, don't call again. Back in the day me and Cass do next to an active kid can gate. With the kids in my lap and the charger detaches, still afford all you bitches. I did call out peace help with a few. She laughed and said just put it through. My country won that fighting without a feel of you. Chicka 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 still Hades. Addressing people like lord and ladies. Surprising fleeting navies. Guns and tons of knots. Post your assaulted capital loss. Give real men rabies. Sorry but I've been lazy. There's nowhere to go. These people crave me. It's okay, donate to me daily. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. In Dark Lucy you will find all the friends fly wrecks you see. But now with the caps out and the 10 scout, yet still admiring time to look up to me. Never back down, I would never flee. When 10 was docked and I was out, no more fought me. Even with his company, they're too afraid to fight Hercules. Told y'all, and all your masters, you better duck from a cannibal. And while your members in the back picking out, talking about chip like I saw them on and I got none. Keep talking about this, but too afraid you only see the risk. When I'm mine like a cobalt, rolling around being told I PvP like a pure gold. I ain't recording that. You don't want real Sheep aftermath. There's more to the story than this chapter has. The name is Sheep, but I'm also known as Motherfucker Ash. So where's all the Sheep Corp haters at? The ones that I don't slap, run you over like a doormat. Never drink in my straw hat, because I know I can relax when no one saw that. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye. Nowadays everybody fly by cause I lose the ships to my never drive by. I will testify, you better read my lips. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye.
I love that last part. How the fuck did you fit your ship? Bye bye.
Yeah. Peace.
Yeah.
That is pretty
So there
good.
you go. That's the latest from Achieved. He released that 6 hours ago.
Nice.
On YouTube. So I provided the link on the on-air chat. They can look. It's a whole video. He's got some lyrics in there. Yeah, it's just a whole video montage too. He took a shot at Big in there. I seen that. So
If he did, I didn't hear it. I was listening to all of that, but I didn't catch that part. So I'll have to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, something about Big and a pig. Yeah, I'd have to re-listen to it.
That's pretty. That's a pretty deep cut because not everybody knows that the Hogs are joined into Big from the merger.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, C-137 and Hogs.
And Casting Couch.
Was there NCC? They basically they all merged like all at once and turned into B1G.
Well, basically Care Bears with Guns turned into B1G.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
The Merger King strikes again.
That's why we're the largest single corporation inside of the Fed.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So, yeah, that's the latest there. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Looking forward to hearing some more. I'm sure he's got some projects on the back burner, just like I do, man. I have so many projects. If we have songs that we want to make and all that type of stuff too, it's like, shit. Real life kind of gets in the way sometimes too. But that's why I like making little stuff. I'll do a lot of little stuff.
Yep.
Doing something like this is, it'll take quite a bit of time. So
it is very time consuming stuff.
It would take me years to probably learn to all the words.
Juby rap when? When are we gonna get a song out of Juby?
One of these days, I'm gonna get a recording of Kawari doing the pokey rap, and everybody is gonna love that. Everybody's just gonna freaking die over that. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'd pay ESC too, Juby, to get you to rap. I would definitely pay ESC for that.
I do want to cut though.
Yeah.
Since we brought it up.
Yeah.
That's my idea.
$5, that's not enough.
Okay.
It's got to be more than $5. Got to be more than $5.
All right.
To be.
So the biggest thing to happen this last weekend too, I guess, as far as community news goes, is this whole I was going to say concern, but this thing that has happened from the AWOL dispute, I guess we could call it, after they had, I guess, disband in a way.
Mm-hmm.
To correct Damon had the wrong corporation in his video. They are not Little Ponies. Instead, they are a different corporation. And instead of an O, it's a 0. So shame on you, Damon. That'll be a correction for next week. There you go. Glad to help. But
sorry, what did you say? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Here.
I am back.
There we go.
There we go.
So, yeah, I was just saying that you have a correction to make on your next episode where you showed a screenshot of AWOL, the corporation that was removed from Burr recently, and you showed the wrong corp. Instead, it's AWOL with a 0 in it. So there you go. There's a correction. I don't know if you've been flamed on that yet, but I was.
No, actually, I will say this though. Everyone from that story though, my DMs have exploded with everyone falling on either Kimani's side or Illuminati's side about the whole thing. I had one person go off completely cocked on me because they forgot to watch the rest of the video where it showed Natty's side of it. They're like, how dare you do? How dare you do this? And how dare you, slander a good person's name? I'm like, did you watch the rest of the video? They're like, no. I'm like, watch the rest of the video.
Speaking of Illuminati.
Oh my god.
Oops.
Rip. When was that? Oh wait, yeah, it was
when he was
10
switching over and coming up to Trog, and I didn't know it.
Holy smokes.
Oops.
So, yeah, Damon had covered this in his latest video, and it seemed like Kimani had something to say, trying to reveal about this whole stolen super thing.
Well,
and
I think there's one thing that we're perusing over that is the biggest neglected thing of all, that the story is actually active, not like a year old.
Yeah, I mean that's what caught my surprise.
Yeah, very much so. Very much.
We love you, Damon. We love you.
I also was listening to Damon's those.
Yeah, so he had broke this, and I'm not going to go over the entire story. Go over to Damon's and channel and watch the video, and I think a lot of it is the Kimani side. We all know Kimani's in AOA now after the dissolution of AWOL, so there is that. But there's a bunch of screenshots that he had posted on their conversation and such. And so I'd actually gone to I've had people contact me about this, defending Illuminati on his side of the story. And so having seen Damon's video, and then having people contact me that know Illuminati, I had reached Illuminati and asked him about what's the story. Did he watch Damon's video? It turned out he did. And so, I had a conversation with him. I'm going to go to it right now. And so I had a lot of information provided to me that I was trying to parse out. I was asking him questions and such. And basically, it all came down to, where is it? There is no stolen super. There is only Kimani being mad. That's your summary.
Okay.
The super that Illuminati has been scammed by Bandai before, and Prime himself has not once requested or instructed me to hand it over. The only super we had to Kimani. A thief is something I am not. And so I had a conversation with Illuminati about that. But from what I'm hearing, Illuminati is actually the good guy in this story, contrary to what Kimani's trying to jab at.
Yeah,
because he's making it sound like it's stolen. This guy, I don't know this guy Prime, but it does sound like he's passed away, and that's kind of where the, not necessarily bad blood, but that's kind of where it gets a few people mad.
Okay.
Go ahead, Damon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. From what I gather, too, Illuminati also had, I think, 2 of Kimani's caps, which were stolen, retrieved, as well as replacing a Rorqual that he had blown up. So, yes, the Illuminati, from everything I hear and from the people that have come out to contact me after the story broke, he is the good guy in the story, and he did not scam that out of Prime.
Interesting.
So, oh yeah, and from what I was hearing too, there seemed to have been a butched contract too from Burr. Let's see if I can get that. There's a contract. There's an incomplete contract. Natty didn't check it. The thing is, Kimani wanted Natty to own it. Burr has since walked all that back. As far as I know, the Aeon is now with Natty. However, AWOL, an amazing corp, has dissolved into the ashes at the hands of Burr and their lies. So, yeah, just curious as to how that all happened too. Did you get any form of contract there, Damon, about like some butched super contract? I guess he's away.
He's away at the moment.
No, I didn't really hear anything about the butchered contract. The only thing I heard about was that I heard that he was one of the reasons why there was AWOL present during the super losses of Brethren Corps. I heard that he was also the one when he left Trog had his shit stolen from that pirate corporation that were all about hauling, and they kind of just waited till he put out a big order, and then they took all of this. But I didn't hear about the other thing. No.
So I have here, and I'm not going to reveal this person, but they had said the stolen super, as far as they know, was a contract fuck up from Burr, and decided to not correct it. The Aeon was being traded for a Nyx. So, yeah.
Who has a Nyx willing to give it away for an Aeon? What? And where are they?
I don't know.
And where are they? I have an Aeon for you. Holy shit.
So the two supers that Burr lost on that one day from the X and Spy fleet, they had decided that contract fuck up would be, quote, payment, end quote. So a stolen super still happened, but it may not have been in the context in which Kimani has provided Damon, I guess you could say there. So Burr leadership lies, I guess is kind of what we're getting out of this.
Yep.
But I guess this is all old news now. So.
All right.
Hopefully they will get everything sorted out. Shake hands.
Talk about
and be like, yeah.
Oh, nah. I mean, it is what it's going to. It is what it is. It's They're going to do what they're going to do.
Yep.
So the only thing other than that I know of that Taylor wanted to talk about was bitching with Bradrick. On
I got a couple
latest,
things real quick.
Reddit
Actually.
post.
Yeah, I got a couple things
Okay,
besides
cool.
that.
Go for it.
So real quick, we'll do the name and shame. I've got a couple of posts for everybody here for the name and shame. This is pretty good.
Why do I feel like I'm involved in this?
So the first one, was one that I actually got from earlier this week. Pretty much had, when you go and pull that kill mail up, which by the way, you could pull this kill mail up in game by using that ID at the top. There's a little thing you can use to use that ID and pull up a kill mail, and you can scroll. And on this poor bastard, you have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. That thing is literally filled with GUs. There's a couple of implants. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. However, this one just happened and is even worse. Look at that sucker.
Oh.
19. I mean, rip.
It's like lost his everything.
That's just his entire life or something. I don't know. And I don't
I
know
like the name of the killer.
For autopilot too.
Yeah. So, and then this one here, even more loss. This guy didn't have rigs. He's flying that thing around with no rigs.
Damn.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
There's your name and shame.
Crazy.
All three of those.
Crazy. Carrera 135B loss. No rigs.
Then there was this. Wow. I want to highlight this because I thought it was really, really good. It was very well done. This is what I mean by telling a story in a PvP content type of video. This is really good. I don't know if anybody's seen this yet. Time to Kill, featuring CBD, Cobalt Bullying Department. Good stuff. Very, very, very good stuff. Excellent little fun video. Yep. Hi, Muffin.
I actually haven't seen this video. Is Reaper in the chat right now?
No, but Muffin is.
Thanks. Sometimes he joins the live show. Yeah, I was curious to maybe start. I'm gonna click on this link and maybe play a segment of it. Let's see here.
It's pretty good. Really, really enjoy that kind of video.
So he's going through his intros right now on the video. he's got some chatter here that for you to read in the video. Hunter-killer group dispatched quickly to find the target.
Yep, they play it all out. Yeah. They do a fantastic job.
Is it all music? Okay.
No,
so it's all music.
It is, but there's some, I think there's, if I remember right, there's some Fleet stuff in there.
No, yeah, there is. In the video,
yeah,
it shows Fleet activities and then it brings up the stuff for you to read.
Right, but I mean, I think you hear comms at some point too. I thought at some point you hear some comms overlay, but which is great. I like to hear comms. I like to hear, the tension and the anxiety or the build up or the, all the talk, the shit talk, all those things that happen in comms and in Fleet is a lot of fun. So that's the
bubble them.
Yeah, like that.
Free fire.
That's too bad, Muffin, because that
down our dictator bubble. Take down our dictator bubble.
That's great.
Okay. That's cool.
One more thing for name and shame, I almost forgot. And I heard this through the grapevine. I know it's true because I just know it's true. But I can't tell you how I got it. Apparently TSC just figured out 2 days ago, and I put this comment down on the 19th. So last week they just now figured out that you can put fitted ships on your corporation market in-game to sell them. It's called the munitions tab at the very bottom of your corporation market. They just figured that out last week. That's a name and shame for TSC. Reaper joined 5 seconds too late. Yeah, we were highlighting your video.
Yeah, I played your recent video here.
Yep, it's good stuff, man.
Kill.
It's excellent.
Yeah, cheers.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, also shout out to TSE, specifically Starcats, and that Reef 2 that died in one SMEB, and it dropped. It had 5 outposts in it. Rip.
I didn't see that.
One. You didn't see it?
No.
Here, let me pull it up.
Where's this kill mail? I gotta see this.
Let me try and find it here.
I'm gonna get accused of bullying again.
I posted it in my Discord. Ah, shit. Where am I gonna get it?
Well, while you're doing that, Bradrick brought this to my attention like a week ago now, and I'm going to post all 4 of these screenshots. And I just want to point out they changed support projection at some point, and flight retardant is no longer there. Like, they changed some of the names, and some of that debuff or that slowdown is now on 2 different sides of the same implant, so you get it no matter what. So support projection was ninja patched at some point in the last 2 weeks, or maybe longer. I don't know how long it's been like that. Someone was saying they saw that in the patch notes. I forget where that's at. But anyway, in case anybody missed it,
there you go. In the on-air chat, I shared the
there it is.
Kill mail.
And this has 5. Oh my god. Rip.
Damn.
Oh Lord. In a wreath
and only 1 drop.
Yeah, and only 1 out of the 5 dropped.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but it happened. Anyhow.
All right.
So what else you got there, Taylor?
No, I think that's all the little side stuff I got. Besides the bridging with Bradrick thing, you were going to paste that in, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, go for it, because I think we could probably call it a show. We've already gone 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you have the link for it. You said you were going to post the bitching with Bradrick link thing.
Oh. It was shared to me.
I don't have it pulled up at the moment on this thing. Where I could go to Reddit and find it real fast if I need to.
Yeah, but I'm already on my way there.
Bitching with Bradrick's always fun. Or were you talking about his comments that he made on Damon's post of his video? Because those are pretty funny too. And I even had a few comebacks to vet as well. But that's...
Oh, was there some funny comments on Damon's video? Because I haven't seen those. Yeah. If it was not on the video itself.
No. It's like in the comments on Reddit where he posted it.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the link right here in on-air chat.
There you go. These are pretty funny. If you guys have left
Pitching with
Reddit,
Bradrick.
Yeah. If you guys have left Reddit because of all the I don't know. There's a whole lot of stupidity on there, on the Echoes channel. If Eve Echoes channel anyway, the Echoes _Eve community, which is what I call the official one. You should go back. Bitching with Bradrick just for that alone is worth it. So, funny stuff. Whether you like it or not, or disagree with it or not, it's a good read. So.
Oh, were you going to go over some of the pictures?
Oh, in here? I guess I could, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. I don't know how much of it's going to show.
Yeah, I saw F Nord was in the comments here. I think I went through. There's a bunch of comments on here. Vetemune chimed in. A bunch of people. Yeah, it's a good read.
Upgrade to Cloak Tower to press a button to list all ships. What the hell kind of a...
Well, this would be considered our Consider Your Suggestion segment too. But
exactly,
we've already got some parsed out here by Bradrick.
Yep. Activate a system for Needlejack should be a system where someone is mining ore or actively killing anomalies, not just a local count. My God. Spoon feed me the kills. Make warp stabs combat rigs instead of engineering. That way players can choose between DPS, tank, or escapability. I mean, they're already making a choice with warp stabs on the engineering side. So, speed, hypers, moving around, mobility. They're getting rid of mobility for that. Had a safe place for PvE where PvP is not allowed. We have that. It's called High-Sec Islands.
Yeah, it's called High-Sec.
What the hell is this person? It got 45 downvotes.
I don't know.
And 8 upvotes. That's hilarious.
This was that suggestion was put down on May 20th, 2024 was when that suggestion was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Or suggestion, I should say. So, what?
This person doesn't know what he's doing. New player, probably.
It must be a new player. Yeah, it must be.
I like this next one, though. Reduce earnings significantly in high-sec. Yes. I mean, I love how these two go together.
Yeah.
That's a good job, Roderick. Adding a null-sec done right.
And I think we're seeing that, too, with the reduction of amethyst cones.
Yeah, we are.
AI stuff. Yeah, big time.
Need to increase the defense of ships. A lot of content increase DPS on ships, but the resistance now follow this path, make the PvE more fun. Implants crush the game. Wrong. Implants do not crush the game. You're doing it wrong. And if you want to increase your resistance to make and your defense to make PvP more fun, there is a way to do that. You just haven't figured it out. Remember back when a certain somebody was saying you can't kill supers unless you have a super, and I was like, you're doing it wrong. You just haven't figured it out. And here we are. People have figured it out. You don't need a super to kill a super. In fact, lots of supers die to 20 and 30 ships now when done right. So anyway, same thing with this guy's suggestion here. It's funny. Now, there's a whole God, these are giant reads at the end. I don't want to go through all that, but yeah. Then you can go over there and find the rest of this whole bunch of comments. Wall of text.
Yeah. I shared the link in on-air chat so people can chime in.
Go read it at your leisure.
Take a look at it. Yeah. All right. If that is it, if Taylor, you got nothing else, if Juby, you have nothing, if Damon, I don't even think Damon's with us anymore.
No, he dropped. I had to reposition the cameras. He just whatever. He went away.
All right. Bye, Damon. See you next time.
Yep.
If you guys got nothing else, say your goodbyes, and I'll start the outro.
Yep. See you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me in the show. As always, it's a pleasure.
All right. And with that, I will start the outro. I just want to say thanks to everybody that joined us live in this EU. For those in the United States, have a happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope that we had a good show for you guys, and we'll see you next week. Next episode, 07.
Thank you all for listening to this week's episode of Echoes of New Eden podcast. Please take a moment to follow us on Apple and Spotify, or subscribe to our YouTube or our Twitch channel for all the content that we release. I'd like to take this time to give a shout out to the EONE sponsored content creators. If you haven't checked out these content creators, please support them as well. Damon Cell from Echoes of Last Year, Mario from Echoes.mobi, Jubilaus PvP videos, Hell, your latest Benzie wannabe, and Eclipse PvP. We will see you next week for all the latest Indie Echoes news. Join us live on Discord or listen on one of our platforms. To all our listeners out there, fly safe, get good, and 07.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Done recording. It's a wrap. I'll
It's
jump
a wrap.
into